So that's what we control. That's how we control them. So when we want them to be, really excited, when we want them to work, we use like a happy tone of voice. And you have to get really animated. You can't be embarrassed. There's lots of guys who have a hard time in canine school because they're afraid of looking stupid in front of other guys. But you have to play with the dog, and you have to get them excited. So when you want them to be happy, you get excited, you get your funny voice. When you want them to be aggressive and vicious, you have to use your pirate voice. So you have to adopt these different tones so that it automatically clicks in the dog's head. Okay, this is the game we're playing, and this is the way it's going to be played. So when you want him, when you're pleased with him, you have to tell him. You have to let them know that you're pleased in your actions and in your tone of voice. And when you're upset with him, you've got to let him know. Don't do that again. As you can see, he knows you guys are here. He's not concerned with any of you because I haven't told him to be concerned with any of you. All he really wants is this, that, whatever. So this is how you get a dog to do anything. It's just a toy of any kind. And whatever your dog likes the best, that's what you can use to teach him. I'm lucky with him. He doesn't care what it is as long as he can chew on it or chase it. So I can use any kind of toy. He started out with tennis balls, and I've moved on to other things because they're easier for me to control. But typically, now they get a little bit weird around people in the sense of that they lose focus a little bit. It's much easier to do a lot of obedience when you have the dog to yourself, or when the dog's around other dogs that are doing obedience because they can focus a little better. So yes, sir.
Can I wear the arm thing and I'm chewing it?
Sure. I'll let you do it. Cool. No problem. I was going to ask for a volunteer anyway, so that saves it. We do verbal commands and hand signals, and we do them together or we can do them separately. However, we want to be able to, like when we're searching a building, if I want to use him as a distraction, I can get him to start barking without telling him to bark. That way, bag and I focus over here while I move over here, or while my partner moves over here. I can get him to do things without having to speak and give away my position so much. So we use a combination of both. He understands and will respond to both, and he'll even respond to body language and stuff. I would say that my dog is probably less obedient, not less obedient, but less good at obedience, not as good at obedience than like Drez or Chris's dog. Both of their dogs are like robots. It's amazing, like how crisp they are in obedience. I got him from a place that just wanted to make the dogs crazy and make sure that they would work first, and they did not do it. I didn't do any obedience with him for like the first 4 weeks that I had him. So you can imagine having like this Tasmanian devil at the end of the leash and just having no control over it because they were like, you just want him to be a drive. You don't want him to do what you tell him to. Worry about that later. Say thanks. I learned that lesson now, but he's still pretty good. So anyway, this is his tug, and he will do anything. You can see the focus. This is what you want. This is what you want out of the dog. Is you want him to just forsake everything else for this. Like I'm sure he would love to let you come pet him, normally, but not as much as he wants to play with this, because this is just like the best thing in the world. But if I had a dog that just run around and give you guys kisses, then he's not going to do what I need to do. So we have to have a little bit of control, and you can see that he just wants this thing so bad that if you could get close, you can see that his back legs are just shaking.
Oh, wow.
You guys probably can't even perceive that my lips moved on that one. And that's just so much little movement he knows. Like I can begin to just form the shape of the first letter of the first word in the command. Bang, he knows what it is. Because they can perceive that much movement. Dogs do not see in a lot of detail, and they don't see very well. What they see really, really well, way better than we do, is movement. They perceive movement like incredibly well. I forget, it's like all it takes is like a millimeter of movement, and the dog will pick it up. It's literally nothing. Good boy. Good boy. Now he's supposed. Good. Lie. You want them to fail. You want them to make mistakes because then you can correct and reinforce good behavior. So it's okay when they make mistakes because it gives you a chance to give them correction. But what you want them to do is understand that this is mine, and no matter what it's doing, it doesn't matter to him unless I give it to him. So, he should not be trying to grab it, or whatever. So, until I give him the command to say, you can take it, he should ignore it. Now, I've been trying to get him to put it on his nose, but he just won't do it. So, I guess he doesn't like looking silly.
Do you bring that toy in the house?
No, I typically don't. You just try to keep those worlds separate. Now, the first time I did this, and this is a funny story. The first time I did this, they told me I had a demo for a bunch of Cub Scouts, right? I figured, okay, I go to a little troop, Cub Scout thing, whatever. It was jamboree. It was like 400 and something Cub Scouts. I'm like a quarter of a mile away from my car with no way to control my dog while I'm giving this demo. And I'm sitting here doing my normal gesticulations and all this stuff, and I've had the dog for like a week. Never should have been doing this demo. Got bad information. And so I go to demonstrate something. I put this thing here. I got to put this thing here and hold it while I'm bang! He jumped up and grabbed it. Grabbed the shirt. Quiet. Louie. Steal. I know. Good boy. They grabbed the hold of my shirt, bit me, ripped my shirt out. They're like, officer, you okay? You're bleeding. I'm like, it's just part of the job. Shit that went off. So we've learned our lesson since then. And of course, you can't react to that either from 400 Cub Scouts, obviously, or anyone else. Not that I would, it's my fault. And that's what you have to usually understand. If the dog makes a mistake, it's usually the human's fault. He's only doing what you've trained him to do or making his own decision because you've not trained him. So, so he's very patient. He's very good because he understands, that over time we've done this, and obviously you can't do this for a long time. But he understands that eventually it's going to come. So you stretch out over time like how much patience the dog actually has, and like he will do this forever. Just like flossing, guys. You see a little blood, that's normal, unless it's mine. But he'll do this all day long, and this is what you want. We train him not to let go. Don't let go until I tell him not to. And we'll see how excited he is this morning. Nose. Yeah, see, that was a little. See, there's a little bit of blood on there. So we haven't done this one in a while because I have a bad shoulder, so he's okay. So we'll clean his teeth up pretty good. But yeah, we've been playing with soft toys lately. So, but this is what he wants to do, and this is the best dog toy ever. It was like 30 cents. But
it's amazing how big his head is and how big his neck is.
yeah, it's. You guys will feel it too when you come. When you get to come at it, he is just nothing but a muscle. These dogs are just. You're looking at your Olympic athletes of the dog world. That's what these guys are. They're professional, so they're. And they're just built for it. They're so fast, so amazing how he can change his direction on a dime. He'd be running full speed, chasing the toy, and they're like, oh, there's a tree, and he'll do some crazy body shift and just fling himself out of the way. It's amazing. You always think like, it's going to crash. He always makes it so. Let's see if we'll do this one inside. This is usually an outside trick. Come on, get him! That's how strong his teeth are. Don't do that with your beagle. Your chihuahua or whatever. They are bred to have, their teeth in their head. Now we can still break their teeth. We have to be very careful. We don't do a lot of twisting. Come here. Good boy. Yes, I know.
Which squad does he work on?
This is A squad. It's just you go through periods where, like, if you do this regularly, it's just like you flossing, If you do this regularly, you don't get any blood. But like he hasn't done this, played with this toy like a month because I hurt my shoulder, so he needs to floss, obviously.
Hurt your shoulder doing that?
What's that?
Did you hurt your shoulder doing that?
No, I wish I knew. But no, it's something else. Yes, ma'am.
Are there different, and that's like a stupid question, are there different levels for the dog, like officer, then he makes lieutenant, and is he captain?
We haven't done anything like that here. Other places do. They do. Usually the dog will outrank the handler. Usually that's usually how it goes. Like once they reach a gear. What's that?